I welcome you all with the greeting, the Muslim greeting, Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you all. Now, Ramadan is a month dedicated to self-discipline, spiritual renewal and togetherness. It's a time when Muslims recommit themselves to their faith, following days of discipline with nights of reflecting on gratitude for the gifts that God bestows. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
To Affinity and the work you do, that you continue to promote your work in the community, and there's such a great roll-up of leaders here today.
And it's a great pleasure to wish you all a successful Iftar dinner and blessed Ramadan. This is a precious time for prayer and reflection for nearly 270,000 people of the Muslim faith in New South Wales.
Well, this is my first Affinity event, so I've been blown away. And I just want to say it is my absolute privilege to be here with you tonight. And it's been an absolute eye-opener for me on how valuable these Iftars are, how valuable they are in terms of connecting all our community, all different walks of life.
Now, it's a great pleasure to introduce a very familiar face to all of us. My cousin, your cousin, my uncle's nephew, Ahmed Polat.
Our goal at Affinity remains the same: to facilitate dialogue, cohesion and understanding amongst peoples. In the famous words of Rumi, there is a window from heart to heart. They are not separate or far from each other. فَمَن تَطَوَّعَ خَيْرًا فَهُوَ خَيْرٌ لَهُ.
I wanted to reflect on the idea of walking together in the spirit of understanding and dialogue and what that means. On occasions like this evening, it is about seeing what joins us as part of humanity. This is true affinity. Acknowledging our differences, sharing the joy of religious traditions that now make up our wonderfully diverse Australian community is part of what makes Australia a land of rich possibility for affinity. Acknowledging our differences and listening with our hearts brings us closer together. There is indeed a window from one heart to another heart.
Through the bonds of humanity and brotherhood, it unites people regardless of the differences of faith, color, language, backgrounds, which makes them all a beautiful mosaic, pieces of one necklace that will be complete, and its beauty appears only in its unity.
Tonight we travel to Ahmed Polat's place for an Iftar dinner to see what goes on behind the scenes and have a taste of what it's like joining an Affinity Iftar home dinner. Tonight we have another special guest who's been flown in from Melbourne to be with us. Please put your hands together for young professional cricketer, former KPMG consultant and CFA candidate, Peter Hatzoglu.
Congratulations. Hatzoglu, yeah, he likes it. Gets the big wicket of Stoinis.
Thanks, boys. Thanks for having me.
What each of you are doing here today, advocating for multiculturalism, learning about Ramadan, breaking bread together, has such a great capability to shift us towards a brighter future. Multiculturalism makes for such a strong investment.
Ramadan is a time of spirituality, self-reflection, and self-control exemplified by fasting.
It's the power of connections that made such a difference. And to me, that's the essence of what we hear about today and tonight.
The window in the heart. Because generosity, in the end, what happens is when we give to someone else, our hearts open up. And just for a period of time, we get a reflection of the other in us, reflected in all the great religions. We are all interconnected as one.
We need events like this, where we can gather and share a meal in friendship, allowing our hearts to open that window of friendship one to another, so that we can come together and share those ideals. Shared goals are achievable goals. By opening our hearts without judgment, we can greet and recognise one another in our common humanity.